Now on 4 News Now at 6, a Spokane teenager who disappeared found dead in Yakima County. We take a look at the timeline leading up to her death.
We have more sunny, warm weather on the way, but I'm also tracking some isolated thunderstorms this evening. I'll let you know where they're headed in your First Alert forecast.
And it's reveal day for our annual Diamonds and Dreams project. We'll take you to Rathdrum to show you the newly renovated Chuck Holt Memorial Field. You're watching 4 News Now at 6 o'clock. Tonight, new information on the murder investigation of a 17-year-old Spokane teen, Samantha Kalinchuk, who was found with a gunshot wound to the head in Yakima County.
And we've learned tonight that a convicted sex offender was questioned in this investigation after reports that the two had met back in August.
Now a person of interest in the case. He is booked in Yakima County on separate charges. Our Jordan Smith joins us in studio tonight with the latest on this investigation and what we learned about this sex offender. Jordan.
Well, the man who was questioned is a level 3 sex offender named Juan Carlos Sandoval, and we're learning late tonight that he's a person of interest in this case. He's been convicted on more than a dozen prior felonies, including rape of a child. And we're told by people who knew Samantha that Sandoval met her back in August of last year using a different name before the two made their way to Yakima County. And we learned tonight that Kalinchuk was staying at Crosswalk, a Spokane youth shelter, and spent time with a woman named Shauna, who looked after her as well. Now, Shauna tells 4 News Now that Kalinchuk met Sandoval back in August, and he deceived her under the name Charlie. And we're told that she asked Sandoval for a ride late November, early December, and that was when they took off for Yakima County. Police have been trying to piece together the timeline from December to April 30th when Kalinchuk was found dead. Now, Shauna, a friend of Kalinchuk, says that Samantha was a wonderful young woman.
She was such a beautiful, beautiful girl and just has so much potential. She was really good with my son, and I loved her like she was my own.
And Sandoval, who is on your screen now, was arrested on May 2nd for first-degree kidnapping charges. Now, according to court documents, Sandoval walked onto a property in Benton County with what appeared to be a firearm under his shirt. He demanded that the man working in the yard drive him to Sunnyside using the back roads. Sandoval reportedly held the victim at gunpoint the entire time that they were in the car together, and he was arrested May 2nd after an hours-long standoff. Now, Sandoval was also wanted for attempting to elude police, unlawful possession of a firearm in the first degree, and resisting arrest. And it was when Sandoval was booked that police questioned him about Kalinchuk. A few questions in, and he requested a lawyer. As we said, he's a person of interest. We'll continue to track this case and keep you updated as we learn more.
Jordan, thank you. An almost 20-year-old court battle in Priest River has now come to an end.
The Supreme Court ruling against the EPA and cutting its ability to regulate wetlands under the Clean Water Act. The decision is a victory for Chantel and Michael Sackett, who got caught up in a regulatory dispute back when they broke ground on their property near 36 acres of wetland. The EPA believed if the Sacketts developed that land, pollutants would enter the water beneath their property. Today's decision continues a trend in which the conservative-leaning court has narrowed the reach of environmental regulations.
Well, we have more sunshine in the forecast, but tonight still some isolated thunderstorms to watch. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here with the First Alert Weather Center to see where they're headed.
Well, right now we are zeroing in on Stevens and Pend Oreille County, where we're seeing some thunderstorm development. These are short-lived storms, but can put down a lot of rain. The potential for up to pea-size hail, as well as some rumbles of thunder. Let's zoom in on some of the thunderstorms in progress right now around Chewelah and Cusick, also around Newport, starting to see some development there and into parts of northern Spokane County. Here's a look at our forecast radar tonight. And although we'll see some tapering off briefly as the sun sets and we lose our daytime heating, that is not the end of the story. 10 o'clock tonight, we see more thunderstorms up along the Canadian border and some showers in and around Coeur d'Alene. Overnight, potential for more thunderstorm development right on through early tomorrow morning. Now, Friday, Expect blue skies and sunshine, but once again, between about 11 in the morning and 4 in the afternoon, we have the potential for another round of isolated thunderstorms. A high temperature tomorrow of 77. 70 is our average high. I'll go hour by hour on those thunderstorms coming up in your first alert forecast, plus have your Memorial Day weekend outlook. Kirsten?
We have breaking news this evening. Spokane police are searching for these two suspected robbers who they believe are armed and dangerous. And you're looking at pictures of 28-year-old John Gardner and 28-year-old Mary Spencer. Police spent 6 hours in what they thought was a standoff at an apartment complex.
And multiple buildings, including schools and a church at the intersection of First Avenue and Division Street, were on lockdown. Peter Choi joins us in studio with the breaking details.
Yeah, it happened when many people were at work, causing a major headache for drivers because of street closures. I talked to a man who lives near the standoff location today. He says he's not surprised by this incident because it happens all too often in downtown area. Now, Spokane police say they received a call at 9:15 this morning. The caller told them an armed man and a woman stole a handbag and went inside the Catholic Charities apartment complex. After getting a search warrant, police say they were able to enter the apartment, but they found no one inside. I talked to a neighbor who lives a few blocks away from the apartment.
Didn't really startle me. We know all our neighbors around here, so if something bad does happen and there's like an active shooter or someone threatening, we can go into any of the businesses nearby. So everyone in this area is kind of aware of the issues and the problems here.
Police say they don't have information on whether any shots were fired in this incident. They say lockdowns are lifted and streets are back open. Again, the police say these two suspected robbers are armed and dangerous. The public is asked to contact the police for any tips, and we'll keep you updated as more information becomes available. In studio tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Peter, thank you. A bill that would make fentanyl-laced drugs from ever becoming legal in the U.S. is one step closer to becoming law. If approved, it would make it a Class 1 felony to sell an altered version of the drug. It would allow local law enforcement and Border Patrol officers to confiscate the lethal drugs. Eastern Washington Representative Kathy McMorris-Rodgers says this bill is essential to help keep fentanyl-related substances off the streets.
Will continue to be devastating for individuals that are unfortunately dying because of fentanyl poisonings, as well as families that are being devastated, communities that are being ripped apart.
The bill now heads to the Senate. Well, new at 6 o'clock, the COVID public health emergency may be over, but we're still learning more about some of the possible long-term effects of the disease.
According to the University of Washington, more than 100 million people in the U.S. have had coronavirus. Of those, 6% are still experiencing symptoms of what they're calling long COVID. Some of those symptoms include fatigue, brain fog, dizziness, and heart palpitations. Researchers are still trying to figure out why some people develop these long-term symptoms. They did find that people who were unvaccinated and had multiple infections were likely to develop severe cases of long COVID. One of the researchers says this study could be used to prevent and treat long COVID.
The FDA has granted full approval for Paxlovid, the antiviral that treats mild to moderate COVID in adults at risk for severe infections. The drug was already on the market under an emergency use authorization. It is the 4th drug and first pill to be approved to treat COVID-19.
Still ahead, a birthday to honor the late University of Idaho student Maddie Mogen. Plus,
all right, baseball, that's what we're here for, Diamonds and Dreams, but we're talking pickleball. We're talking about all the great people that helped us. Plus, we've got a game coming up, and this is going to happen in just a couple of minutes live. We'll have that for you in just a moment.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
Save your dreams!
You know, at first I was shocked when I won this Porsche Macan from Northern Quest, but then I realized someone had to win. Why not me? Life is crazy. Heck, it's gotten to the point where nothing surprises me. Hey, beer me.
You could win a brand new Porsche Macan, only in Northern Quest.
It's time to beef up your ride and get dialed in for summer during the amazing spring savings event this week at Snows Auto. Get your window tints now before the summer rush hits from the pros at Snows Auto.
Congratulations to Rathdrum, Idaho, Stubmeyer Park, and its Holt Field that's going to be rebuilt with the Diamonds and Dreams. The field needs a lot of work, and we're here to help. Diamonds and Dreams with the 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
Welcome to Coeur d'Alene Honda, home of the lifetime warranty.
Well, hi. Hey, I'm looking for a new Honda, but I heard some dealers are charging outrageous prices.
At Coeur d'Alene Honda, we simply don't do that.
We ain't no big city slickers with second stickers.
It's business as usual.
We are a family-owned dealership, and our reputation is far more valuable than overcharging our customers.
We want to be here for you today, tomorrow, and in the future.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Check out our website at cdahonda.com.
You filming?
Yep.
Try rolling your wrist, dude.
You gotta focus on balance.
You should switch to sledding. I'm gonna block him.
Good idea.
Don't forget stick work. Hustle's paying off.
It's the biggest used vehicle sale to hit the Spokane area in years. This week at the Spokane Valley Mall. As multiple dealers and over 400 top quality used trucks, sports cars, and low mileage SUVs are marked down and priced to sell fast. With top dollar offered for all trade-ins and over $2 million brought in to loan out. Plus, you can even roll some dice for a chance to win $5,000. It's the biggest used vehicle sale in town this week at the Spokane Valley Mall.
It's the big reveal day for our annual Diamonds and Dreams project. All week long, Mark Peterson and the Extreme Team have been hard at work upgrading not 1, but 3 baseball fields in Rathdrum.
One of those is being the Chuck Holt Field. They are still inside of Stubmeyer Park, in between Highway 41 and 53. There's the map.
Let's send it out to Mark, who is live at the park, where it looked like, Mark, they were preparing to throw out a first pitch.
Yep. Chuck Holt Memorial Field. This is where the game's going to be. We have Mayor Vic of Rathdrum ready to throw out the first pitch. Mayor, go ahead. Throw it out. There we go. Oh, that was a horrible wave. There we go. Wyatt caught that, and of course we're ready to play ball, and that's what it's all about. Diamonds and Dreams. Okay, so we've done baseball, right? And we continue to do baseball. This is the 19th, 20th, and 21st fields that we've done. But this time we've got a little pickleball. Selkirk is going to set up a program. Oh, by the way, did you know about McGuffin? He lives in Rathdrum. He's one of the top 5 pickleball players in the world. He lives here. That's his signature. But Selkirk is going to set Rathdrum up with a program that's not only available here, but all across the nation. They are the world's leader in pickleball, and they're located in Idaho. They do an amazing job. So they're going to set them up. People are going to be able to come in and borrow these, learn pickleball. It's going to be perfect. Mayor, come over here real quick. Nice job throwing out the first pitch.
Well, you can't always get those perfect strikes, but once in a while.
Well, you're ready for the Mariners from what I've been seeing, so you're okay. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. I'm going to have you... Now, pickleball, that was 2 years ago. Why pickleball? I mean, we know it's the world's largest growing sport, but...
That's exactly why.
That's it?
The world's largest growing sport. We actually have another couple pickleball courts. With this one, now we can have tournaments. So it's a beautiful thing. And
well, Selkirk would like you to put about 6 more in. I said, all you got to do is cut a check. But they're beautiful. They're well done.
They are beautiful, and it's a fabulous game.
You've never played
have
it?
the shoulder
All right.
for that.
Coming up, you're going to be able to learn how to do a low-impact game of football, and that's why it's growing for seniors. I'm not saying you're old, but we're right in there. We're right in there. All right. We've got brand new backstops. We've got brand new all-star baseball mix from Site One. We've got volunteers to talk about, and we've got the big reveal. That's up at 4 News Now at 6:30. We're going to show you some of the amazing things our volunteers have done and how important it's going to be to the Rathdrum community. And I think this park is already in the last 48 hours come up with a lot of ideas that's going to bring this park back into the community, and maybe more importantly, the community that surrounds it back into the park. That's all coming up. I'm Mark Peterson for the Extreme Team, Diamonds and Dreams in Rathdrum.
I love the baseball field, but maybe Mark can bring us back some of those paddles. Those are pretty fancy. See what he can pull. Well, grab your bike helmets and your bike because the Hiawatha Trail opens tomorrow. It's described as the crown jewel of the rail-to-trail conversion in the entire country. The trail is a 15-mile, it's downhill road that begins in Taft, Montana, ends in Pearson, Idaho. For pricing and reservation info, find this story. It's on KXLY.com.
Weather's going to be a little iffy in the mountains this holiday weekend. We're starting our camping forecast today, heading to Lake Gillette Campground. That's up by Ione in the Colville National Forest. A pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms both Saturday and Sunday. It is going to be a warm weekend. Temperatures in the 80-degree range. I'll be back with the rest of your holiday weekend forecast after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington's Lottery and Hit 5.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Shopko Optical welcomes more insurance plans than ever. Call to book an exam and verify coverage.
This Memorial Day weekend, the 1 cent tent event is on at Foothills Mazda. 1 cent down delivers any new or used vehicle, and 1 cent fills the tank with gas. Only at Foothills Mazda. Bad credit? Don't sweat it. All applications accepted. Check out the specials under the tent. Many vehicles under 20 grand. The 1 cent tent event. Today through Monday, only at Foothills Mazda. Just east of Division on North Foothills Drive.
I'm a little over my head here.
We can certainly take care of that for you. When you're looking for a company that's noteworthy, look no further than Mainstream Electric.
Coeur d'Alene Casino presents the Core Stars Entertainment Series. Join us as we celebrate our 30-year anniversary with an amazing lineup of the hottest entertainment. See comedian Jeff Foxworthy on Thursday, July 27th. Don't miss an evening with Night Ranger on Thursday, August 24th. Plus, join us for King of the Cage on Thursday, September 14th. For tickets, visit the casino box office or cdacasino.com. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home.
At Becker Buick GMC, we strive to make every experience easy and stress-free, from purchase to service. Whether it's just a routine oil change or a surprise check engine light, you can count on honest, quick, and dependable service from Becker Buick GMC. Our techs are factory trained and certified to diagnose and repair your vehicle and get you back on the road quickly and safely. Call today or head to BeckerBuickGMC.com to make an appointment.
What you see is important. That makes quality eye care important too. Get personalized care from experienced optometrists at Shopko Optical. Better eye care. You'll see.
Schedule your comprehensive eye exam at Shopko.com or bring in your outside prescription.
Well, these isolated thunderstorms, it's either feast or famine. You either have blue skies and sunshine or you are in a downpour. We continue to find these isolated thunderstorms popping up in the heat of the day. We will keep this going through the first part of the overnight and perhaps beyond. I'll show you the computer model in just a moment. Isolated thunderstorms tonight, otherwise clear skies, 52 for an overnight low. Tomorrow, a high of 77 degrees with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Winds out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour, 30-mile-per-hour gusts with any thunderstorm activity. Low pressure keeping things unsettled throughout the northwest, but most of the action is either to our east or wrapping around counterclockwise down the Cascades to our west. And we are in the pivot point of most of the activity. Here's 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon with the showers and thunderstorms throughout western Montana into parts of North Idaho and then down the Cascades once again. And that will begin to taper off Friday evening, but we'll have a repeat performance as we get into Saturday, perhaps a little more widespread. Here's Friday's forecast radar starting off at 7 a.m. Not completely dry, still some isolated showers. Then we start to see things developing in the afternoon. Here's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we see that right along the I-90 corridor as well as in the normal locations. We've been seeing the activity all week in the Northeast Mountains and North Idaho. That'll begin to taper off as we get into Friday evening, and then we'll get a break Friday night before they return on Saturday afternoon. Overnight lows tonight will be down in the 50s in most locations, couple spots dropping into the 40s. Friday's high temperatures running above average 70s and 80s. Our average high now, as of today, is 70 degrees, but we'll be in the mid-70s, and it gets even warmer in the forecast. 78 degrees on Saturday. That's our best chance of showers and thunderstorms. Then on Sunday, mostly dry, 79. We see our air mass stabilize quite a bit for Memorial Day and Tuesday. Breezy but dry, a high of 81, 82 on Tuesday. And we're going to keep above average temperatures going through the forecast. Some interesting things happening in the 8 to 14 day outlook. I'll share that with you in the next half hour, Aaron.
Thank you, Chris. Today would have been the 22nd birthday of Madison Mogen, one of the University of Idaho students that was killed last fall.
In honor of her birthday, her family is declaring today Maddie May Day, hoping everyone shares a little bit of kindness. 4 News Now's Natalie Grant was in Coeur d'Alene today to see how they're preparing for this tribute.
Today is Maddie May Day, and people near and far are taking part and posting their acts of kindness on social media. The day was created by the family of Madison Mogen, who was one of the 4 University of Idaho students that were killed back in November. Now, there's been so much sadness that's been centered around this case, but today is reserved for love, joy, and kindness, which is how Maddie's family says she lived her life every day. On this warm day in May, people are lined up at Renee's on Ramsey, but it's not just any ordinary day of business.
I mean, she was just a very sweet girl in general, and she really went out of her way to just make everyone feel loved.
All dressed in pink, the girls at Renee's are spreading the word of Maddie May Day, honoring the life of their friend Madison Mogen. They received a donation from Maddie's family to offer their customers free drinks on Thursday, with the hope they will pass it forward in another small act of kindness.
I think just those little things are what keep them here with us. So even if it's, maybe if you're not even knew who she was, but you have that little thought in your mind that today means something, or doing a kind thing, that reminds you of Maddie, then that's exactly what we want. Then we're winning. We're winning.
Meanwhile, at Whoop's Bakehouse in downtown Coeur d'Alene, where Maddie used to work, they are also spreading awareness on Maddie May Day. Maddie was one of the first workers at the shop when it opened back in 2018, and the owner, Shelly Boyd, says she wants to support Maddie's memory and her family in whatever way she can, because Maddie was so special to her.
I had the opportunity to watch her in the very beginning be kind of shy and quiet and adorable, to growing as a person and going later off to college. And in that time, she just blossomed. She had so many things going for her. I can't even think of what she couldn't have done with her life.
And when speaking to the workers at Renee's, they said the families of Maddie and the other 3 victims were top of mind as they spread joy in their honor.
Your kids were like our siblings at one point or another, and you were like our mom at one point, and so thank you.
Now, if you took part in Maddie May Day, Maddie's family is asking that you post all those acts of kindness onto social media using the hashtag Maddie May Day. Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Congratulations to Rathdrum, Idaho, Stubmeyer Park, and its Holt Field that's going to be rebuilt with the Diamonds and Dreams. The field needs a lot of work, and we're here to help. Diamonds and Dreams with the 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist, standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models. Or get $1,500 cash allowance. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
When you need repairs to your vehicle, just look for this.
Your trusted, locally owned resource for efficient, cost-effective repairs. Our Perfection Tire certified techs can do it all.
When that check engine light comes on, we can fix it. Need brakes? We can fix it. Factory scheduled maintenance, wipers not working, headlight out, squeaky belt, oil change, coolant leak, wheel alignment. Guess what? At Perfection Tire, we can fix it.
Why go anywhere else? We do it all. Nobody beats perfection.
Did somebody turn off the lights?
Don't forget your seatbelt.
This car won't start until you buckle up.
Seatbelt, Grandma.
1 hour, 2 hours, take up.
Buckle up, Buttercup.
However you say it, it's perfect. Together, we get there.
Joni here. Before you decide on an SUV, I invite you to see and drive the Volkswagen Tiguan. It's impressive and it checks all the boxes. A roomy interior, plenty of cargo space with remote power liftgate. All-wheel drive, that's important in the Northwest. Solid performance, modern infotainment system with all the high-tech choices. Check out the Tiguan at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
Next week on GMA, the Sharks are here for you. Mark, Robert, Barbara, Damon, with real strategies on how you can be successful and get the best deal with real estate.
Are you ready to swim with the Sharks?
Shark-proof your life on Good Morning America.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Cal Superstore in Airway Heights.
Well, May is Wildfire Awareness Month, and being ready for fire season is becoming more important than ever here in the Inland Northwest.
New research shows the Inland Northwest is one place seeing more dangerous wildfire weather. New at 6 o'clock, meteorologist Matt Gray examines this report. Matt.
All right. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Kirsten. 17 days. Remember that. That's how many more days we are getting dangerous fire weather in Northeast Washington than we did 50 years ago. This comes from a study by the Climate Central Group. So what is a fire weather day anyway? It is when winds are 15 miles an hour or more and the afternoon humidity is less than 25%. You can definitely think of a few days in the summertime where that happens. It's enough for a fire weather warning. Now, we have an average of 17 more days like this every year than what we saw in the 1970s. Another impact of, you guessed it, climate change. Across the West, we are seeing much of the same thing. More hot, dry, and windy days that are perfect for wildfires to grow large and spread quickly. The situation is much more severe, as you can see on your screen, in the Southwest and the Plains. But take a look at this. Out of the 245 climate zones in this study, the zone in Northeast Washington ranks 35th for the greatest change in those fire weather days over that 50-year stretch. That's a pretty high ranking for little old us. And here is another one. Over the past 10 years, the Spokane National Weather Service Office issued 137 fire weather warnings. That is 29th out of the 122 offices in the network. So if there's more fire weather, which certainly seems that way, it follows that there should be more fire. And that certainly has been the case. Take a look here. The average acres burned in Washington and Idaho both went up in the last decade. In Washington, it was quite a big number. Now, it just shows you it is more important than ever to be ready for fire season, whether that's cleaning up the yard, sealing up the house from smoke. The time to start thinking about it is now, because here we are at the end of May, and that means fire season is going to be here before you know it.
It's so important. Thank you, Matt. We are just minutes away from the big reveal of the 3 newly renovated baseball fields in Rathdrum. Mark Peterson is live in Stub Myers Park with all the changes. You don't want to miss it. It's next on 4 News Now at 6.
But wait, there's more.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It's the biggest used vehicle sale to hit the Spokane area in years. This week at the Spokane Valley Mall. As multiple dealers and over 400 top quality used trucks, sports cars, and low mileage SUVs are marked down and priced to sell fast. With top dollar offered for all trade-ins and over $2 million brought in to loan out. Plus, you can even roll some dice for a chance to win $5,000. It's the biggest used vehicle sale in town this week at the Spokane Valley Mall.
It's time for amazing spring savings to get your RV, boat, or vehicle ready for summer. This week at Snows Auto. Get the best buys of the year on all your top name brand stereo gear. Plus, get hot buys on custom rims and tire packages, summer window tints, and Bronco truck and Jeep lifts. It's the perfect time to beef up your ride and give your vehicle a fun new upgrade. This week at Snows Auto.
At Eastern Washington University, biologists are harnessing gut microbes to build stronger bees. Entrepreneurs are learning how to innovate and become the job creators of tomorrow. And dental hygiene students are providing specialized care to ensure pregnant women from disadvantaged backgrounds and their infants stay healthy. An interdisciplinary education that gets real about the real world? That's the New Think. Learn more at ewu.edu/newthink.
Black Market Ozempic? Next, Inside Edition. It's the wonder drug some are using to lose weight. But what are you getting when you buy knockoffs on the black market without a prescription? We even found people selling their own prescriptions on the street.
This is the Ozempic. This is the real thing.
Then, the American Idol winner who's singing on the subway for a living. Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Take a look at this. It's the first baseball game to be played on the newly renovated Chuck Holt Memorial Field in Rathdrum. It's part of our annual Diamonds and Dreams project, 21 fields and counting so far.
All week long, Mark Peterson and the rest of the Extreme team have been hard at work building not 1, but 3 fields that the city can be proud of. Let's send it out to Mark now for this big reveal.
All right, thank you very much, guys. It has been a long week. It's been weeks in the planning. We had dozens of entries coming in for the Diamonds and Dreams, and again, the Stubbs Park won, and I got to tell you, it's Stubb Myers Park and, of course, the Chuck Holt Memorial Field. I want to show you what it looked like before. First of all, it was overgrown. In fact, a lot of the fields here had grass where grass was not supposed to grow. It was a daunting task for the Parks and Rec Department to keep up on everything going on in the city. It's growing by leaps and bounds. But we came in, took care of it. They said, do what you got to do. And now here's what it looks like. You've got a clean first base line, third base. You've got an infield and an outfield that's all brand new. We have all new bases, all new home plates, not only on that field, but on fields number 1 and 2. All of them resurfaced, all of them rebuilt. So we've had a pretty busy week. Horizon has been here every single day. We had Hometown Chevy dealers and their people, including Team Knutson. They were here all week to make sure that this took place. Now, we want to have some conversation of why it's important, why baseball is important. Is it just about baseball? No, it's about kids and sports. Mayor, would you come in? Sam, would you come here? Mayor, first of all, Rathdrum and the entire area is growing. 41 is 2 lanes, north and south, to get people in and out of the city, and you need more complexes like this. This was the original one. You've seen it, you've looked it, you've been around it. What do you think?
This is beautiful, and it's brought us back 40 years when this park was new.
1988 is when it was developed over what was an early 20th century dump site. It was back in the day, a landfill, yeah.
Yes, that's correct, and I have never seen the fields look better. My kids played on these fields 40-some years ago. I coached, and now there's a whole new group of kids who are going to enjoy these fields and be able to move forward and get that competitive and team spirit that I think is important for our youth.
Not just baseball, but it's soccer, it's softball, it's pickleball we talked about. Selkirk's going to set up a program where people can borrow and they can go out there and with those paddles learn pickleball. And it's the state sport of Washington, so we're neighbors. Hold on real quick. I'm going to get back to you on some other stuff. Sam, get in here. All right, give them your title.
I am the Lakeland Little League president.
Okay, so you're kind of you're the one. You're the prez. All right. Since Monday, what has occurred on scheduling for this area because of what has happened?
So we have about 300 players in our Little League, which is just baseball right now, but our surrounding areas in our district, which is all the way up to Lewiston, down to Silver Valley, also has softball. And so we've been able, because these fields have been completed, we're going to be hosting here at this field the state championship for Little League All-Stars for softball, so we're really excited about that. And then we're also going to be hosting the All-Stars pool play district championships for baseball, because these fields are universal. And then just coming next season, we'll also have 2 more fields, because we only have 3 fields up at our Lions complex that we use. So it's just a huge opportunity for our baseball and softball programs in our community to have access to these fields and the just how they look and how they're playable. So
okay, we're not playable before.
They weren't. No, all over. They weren't usable, and like you said, the city just didn't have the capacity safe for our players to use.
Okay, well, I am so proud and of just hearing that now we already have advanced plans and we've been here for 4 days.
Right.
I love that. I mean, in 4 days we've changed the calendar.
Scheduled quickly.
I know. I think that's great. All right, so you heard about that. So that's revenue, that's kids playing, that's parent involvement, that's this neighborhood having events happening here, but it's volleyball, it's the pickleball. What about movies?
I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
We are going to bring back movie in the night park here, and it'll benefit this whole neighborhood. It got to a point where we just didn't want to do it in this park, and so we have built a lot of new parks, and sometimes that's where your energy goes. Right. This fell behind, and you guys stepped up the plate, and
we love it.
And now we can start over again.
All right, they're giving me the wrap. Thank you. Thank you so much. She's on the board. She loves what we did. All right, Diamonds and Dreams for 2023 is a wrap. Hometown Chevy dealers, Horizon Credit Union, all of the people, all of the companies, will have them on Facebook. Guys, I send it back to you. Kids playing baseball, playing volleyball, and having fun. All right, have a great night.
Awesome job, Mark. Just to be clear, we weren't giving him the rap. We could just watch him go and go and go. It wasn't us.
That is
We'll leave
for
you to
sure.
speculate who
what
it was.
A hero, an amazing thing. He's done it again.
Yeah.
The Extreme Team, and what beautiful weather in Rathdrum to reveal that field. It is also a gorgeous view from our station here at 500 West Boone Avenue, looking out over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena at what is going to be a lovely sunset. But there are some showers and thunderstorms around the region. They are very isolated. Here's a look at our satellite and radar, and most of North Idaho is dry now. Just a little bit of wet weather moving through parts of Bonner County. We have some thunderstorms in Stevens and Pend Oreille County as well. Take a closer look at that. We've been watching some storms from right around Newport up through Ione. Things have quieted down in Chewelah for the time being, but we will continue to see these very isolated, short-lived thunderstorms popping up right on through the overnight. Temperatures, meanwhile, 73 in Spokane. It's 72 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We're in the 60s in Pullman and Sandpoint. A rain-cooled 59 in Bonners Ferry. We're going to start the day off at 53 in Spokane. Sunny skies until we get into late morning, early afternoon. We have the chance of some isolated thunderstorms. That high of 77. Little more than 5 degrees above average, and looks like we may need to get used to thunderstorms and warmer than average weather. Your 8 to 14 day forecast has a lot of that in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. New at 6:30, buying a home in the inland Northwest is a challenge.
Yeah, inventory's down. The Federal Reserve hiked the interest rate for the 10th consecutive time. That was back in March. And the prices of homes have soared in the last 4 years.
Plus, it may feel like banks are just not on your side.
They basically look at you like a bet in Vegas, you know, are you a good bet or a bad bet?
Well, there are ways to position yourself now to make sure the deck is stacked in your favor when you start home hunting. In this special report, we give you easy ways to improve your credit score to get home buying ready and save on your loan.
So you're looking to buy a home. First things first, right? You want to look for signs like this one. Well, not so fast. Have you been pre-approved? What's your credit score? You want to be the buyer that stands out from the rest. Life moves fast, and now more than ever, so does home buying.
The inventory stuff, like I said, I mean, for God to put this in my path was just a blessing.
Business owner Ryan Johnson feels pretty lucky. He's in the final home buying stage.
We're in contract, so closes in a couple weeks.
While finding a good home may have just been in the cards, his good credit score was something he built over time.
Pay your bills, first of all, make some money. So they're going to look at your income and then your credit worthiness.
It's really the biggest factor of what you pay on a mortgage right now is credit score.
Chad Thomas with Q Home Loans says the first step on the road to home ownership is a soft credit pull.
It also gives me the ability to run a credit simulator where I can actually look and see if you do this, then your score will increase by this amount.
Credit reporting company Experian lists a good credit score as 670 through 739. If you're above that number in the very good or exceptional rating, your home loan approval, interest rate points, and fees won't fluctuate much at all.
Now, if you drop from a 740 down to a 700, then it's a massive increase in points and fees.
I mean, they basically look at you like a bet in Vegas, Are you a good bet or a bad bet?
If you need to improve your credit score, the first step might seem a little bit obvious. Pay down some of those credit cards. You might also think paying off a collection would be a good idea. That's not always the case.
That makes your credit better, but it doesn't necessarily make your credit score better.
It depends on when the collection was last reported, and if you pay it off at the wrong time, your credit score could actually go down. If you have the time, another way to boost your credit score is through a secured credit card. You pay a lender a couple $100 and they issue you a card for that amount. Since 35% of your credit score is payment history, it can be a big boon in a short period of time.
Credit score very rarely changes if you do nothing.
Then it's time to start shopping, buying, and in Johnson's case, a bit of customizing.
Well, yeah, we do flooring, so the floors could use some help. So we'll be doing that the first week before we move in.
This is such a complicated issue for first-time home buyers. There are so many questions, but if you do have a top credit score, what are home buyers doing now to bring that interest rate down?
Well, we met Ryan Johnson, who we did the story with. He's the home buyer. He bought down points on his loan. So when I talked with Q Home Loans about this, Chad Thompson told me in his 30 years of doing this, been plenty of times where he's telling buyers, don't buy down points. Don't pay for points. But he admits right now in this market, that's kind of what you have to do. Rob King, who's our digital anchor, I talked with him more about this today. You can find that conversation right now. It's on KXLY+.
Yeah, we could talk for a very long time, especially after my home buying experience in the last year.
And it's slightly different for every person.
Yeah, we'll leave that to Rob and you online. Thanks so much, Aaron.
Well, coming up in sports, we remember basketball legend Jerry Krause and his impact on the Inland Northwest.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
We're doing May in a big way. It's live with Kelly and Mark.
Big stars all month long.
Weekdays at 9 a.m. only on 4 News Now.
The Memorial Day savings are on now. This week at Walker's Furniture with big holiday discounts on all your favorite brands, where you can save more and get more for your home, or take advantage of 5 years no interest financing with no minimum purchase and no down payment required.
Beautiful new bedroom sets, stylish new sectionals, and quality new dining sets all on sale.
Making it the perfect time to furnish your life for less.
Want to get away? This month, when you purchase a new vehicle from Dishman Dodge Ram Chrysler Jeep, you'll receive free airfare to wherever you'd like to go.
It's the Great May Getaway at Dishman. Plus, we are loaded with some of the best used inventory we've had in years.
When you purchase a new vehicle from Dishman in May, you'll receive free airfare to a destination of your choice.
It's the perfect time to get into a new Dodge, Ram, Chrysler, or Jeep during the Great May Getaway at Dishman.
With prices of natural gas and propane skyrocketing, your heating bill is getting out of control. But before you turn down the heat, give the experts at Bill's Heating and Air a call. They have the latest in dual fuel technology to keep your family comfortable and utility bills low. And there's never been a better time to upgrade because now every furnace purchase comes with a free AC or heat pump. So call Bill's Heating today to get your free heat pump while supplies last.
Congratulations to Rathdrum, Idaho, Stubmeyer Park, and its Holt Field that's going to be rebuilt with the Diamonds and Dreams. The field needs a lot of work, and we're here to help. Diamonds and Dreams with the 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival returns to Pend Oreille County June 17th and 18th. Discover the rich history, folklore, and mystery, from Sasquatch-themed crafts to Bigfoot merchandise. A 5K fun run and plenty of food. This event is guaranteed to leave you amazed and entertained. Hear from the country's foremost experts about their Bigfoot sightings, or sign up for the Presenters Dinner and talk to them firsthand. The Medellin Falls Bigfoot Festival. For tickets and information, go to mfbigfoot.com.
Beautiful weather. Our temperature today got up to 74 degrees. Very comfortable. 70 is now our average high as of today. And we started the day off at 47, which is exactly average. 8:33 our sunset time tonight. We have above average temperatures through the 7-day forecast. This white line is average. In the lower 70s, we're going to be in the mid, then upper 70s, and then right on into the 80s, starting on Memorial Day and continuing through the middle of next week. And it looks like that trend is going to continue right on through the first week of June. Here's a look at our temperature trend for June 2nd through June 8th. And we are in the dark, dark red in Spokane. Here we go, indicating a strong signal of above average temperatures. Again, our average temperature for this time frame is going to be in the lower 70s. There was a time when they used to say that summer didn't start in the inland Northwest until after the 4th of July, but our Junes have been very, very warm. Meanwhile, this is something a little unexpected. Typically, we see the above average temperatures and below average precipitation, but not the case. Signal of above average precipitation throughout the Mountain West and right on into the inland Northwest, which says to me that combination of above average temperatures and above average precipitation, that we are going to be tracking thunderstorms just about every day through the start of June. And we certainly have some in our short-term forecast. Here's our chance of precipitation for Spokane for the next few days. 20% chance tomorrow. That's up to 30% on Saturday, and then down to 0 for the rest of the week. But these numbers go way up once you go into the mountains, closer to 60, 70% on Friday and Saturday, and not down to 0 quite as we get into the rest of the Memorial Day weekend. If you're going to be in the mountains, keep that 4 News Now First Alert weather app handy, because we are going to continue to see this moisture wrapping around low pressure. We see most of the wet weather over the Cascades and in the mountains of western Montana and North Idaho, but at least a chance of thunderstorms down in the valleys for the next couple of days, including tonight. Sunday, our best chance of staying dry is Sunday and into Memorial Day Monday. It will be a little bit breezy at times, and then we are dry through Wednesday. Our next chance of thunderstorms developing on Thursday. Overnight lows through the 7-day forecast. We were in the 40s. Now we're back up in the 50s. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. And here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Everyone knows, for every person, there's a Toyota. But did you know Findlay Downtown Toyota is a great place to buy a certified pre-owned vehicle. Plus, every used vehicle sold comes with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty.
You filming? Yep. Try rolling your wrist, dude.
You gotta focus on balance.
You should switch to sledding. I'm gonna block him. Good idea.
Don't forget stick work. Hustle's paying off.
Iron's
Ironstone is having a Memorial Day sale. Save 30% on sofas, sectionals, and dining room furniture. Shop now through May 31st. Customize your style by visiting our showroom at 262 West Hanley Avenue. Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Stream 4 News Now free on your connected TV with KXLY Plus. You can stream live newscasts, get special reports, and exclusive content on demand and on your schedule. Local news and weather for free. Check out KXLY Plus and start streaming today.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest membership savings book, arriving exclusively in members' mailboxes this week. Our 20-page book has store-wide savings in every department. Find what you need for spring and summer home projects, indoor and out, for less. Plus, find all the perfect gear you need in sporting goods for your next great Northwest adventure. Save now with our latest savings book at Bi-Mart, your employee-owned membership store.
Life, it doesn't stand still, and neither do you. And wherever you go, we're with you. We're Global Credit Union, formerly Alaska USA. For 75 years, enriching the lives of members and guiding them on their financial journeys, giving them the confidence to not just follow their dreams, but to chase them. The future? We're on it. Let's get there together. Global Credit Union. On we go.
Don't miss the Northwest Spa Sale in Spokane. Save up to 50% off hundreds of hot tubs and swim spas. Easy, low-rate financing. The Northwest Spa Sale at Spokane's Northtown Mall ends Memorial Day. NWSpaSale.com. NWSpaSale.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Becker Buick.
I always say that you're not an expert until you get out of town. And, you know, it is. I've been in a lot of Hall of Fames, but this is more meaningful to me.
Well, that was basketball legend Jerry Krause when he was inducted into the Inland Northwest Sports Hall of Fame 10 years ago. Krause, the longtime Gonzaga director of basketball operations and former Eastern Washington coach, died Wednesday night from colon cancer. He was 87 years old. Alex Crescenti joins us live in studio to tell us about Krause's impact on basketball in the Inland Northwest.
Yeah, that's right, Julian. If you grew up playing basketball and watched any tutorial videos or any how-to books, chances are you came across Jerry Krause. The guy had his fingerprints all over the sport and not just in the Inland Northwest. Many of the rules that we see today in college basketball, like the shot clock and three-point line, he had a hand in. He was part of the NCAA's Rules Committee longer than anyone else in history. And closer to home, Krause also played a large role in getting Gonzaga women's head coach Lisa Fortier to come to Spokane, as the two shared a special relationship ever since.
The people who say that Gonzaga is a people place, it's because of people like that. And then the rest of us are chasing that, and maybe one day there'll be more people like that, you know, the next version of that. But I think that they are the people who made Gonzaga special. And so as far as basketball goes, Coach Krause didn't really coach here, but he was coaching people all the time. You know.
Krause was also ahead of the curve on the analytics movement as he helped the Zags track points per possession, a metric widely used throughout the game today. And just last year, Jerry was inducted into the National Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame, as that just goes to show the kind of impact he had on the game. Julian, send it back over to you.
Thank you, Alex. Now, the Seattle Seahawks wrapped up the first week of OTA practices today, and these first few off-season workouts are all about getting into game shape and getting the rookies up to speed. One rookie the team is excited about is wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba. Smith-Njigba was a first-round pick by Seattle this year and was considered to be one of the best receivers in the draft. Smith-Njigba holds the single-season receiving yards record at Ohio State, and he is already showing superstar qualities with the Seahawks.
He's done a good job just kind of blending in with the team, you know, getting used to the guys, getting used to the building, the environment here, and he's done a great job with the work that he's been able to do so far. You see a lot of his natural talent really showcased, especially in some of the individual drills, some of the individual work. So excited to keep working with him and watch him progress throughout this OTA and into training camp.
And the Seahawks will practice again on Tuesday. That'll wrap us up for sports. Julian, thank you. Well, we're just about a week away from when the Treasury Secretary predicts the nation will default on its debts. But the White House and Congress are still nowhere close to a deal.
In fact, some lawmakers have already left for Memorial Day weekend and aren't expected back until Tuesday. ABC's Morgan Norwood has more.
As House members prepare to leave Washington for the Memorial Day recess, the debt ceiling talks are being pushed to the brink as the U.S. tips closer to an unprecedented default that could have catastrophic effects on the national and global economies. In response to the political wrangling between Congress and the White House, Fitch, one of the major credit rating agencies, has put the country's AAA credit rating on a negative watch. Now, it's not a downgrade, but it is a warning that America's top-notch credit worthiness is at risk.
If these people, these representatives, spent half as much time on focusing on our problems as they do trying to mess up the other side, we would have a lot fewer problems.
Bipartisan negotiators met for 4 hours at the White House Wednesday.
And yesterday I thought was a very good day. I thought we made some progress.
Democratic House Leader Hakeem Jeffries calling on Republicans to stop listening to the, quote, extreme wing of their party and work with Democrats to avert a default.
It does appear increasingly likely that House Republicans want a dangerous default.
But McCarthy has said they will not agree to raise the debt limit until the president agrees to spending cuts and work requirements for those receiving federal aid. The two sides, though, do appear to be on the same page about clawing back unspent COVID funds, but are still divided on how much to limit spending. Now, if a deal is reached, leaders will have to move quickly on this, right? The bill will need to be written, read, and voted on by both chambers of Congress before that anticipated June 1st default deadline. Now, lawmakers headed to recess have already been warned to be ready to return quickly in case a deal comes through. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Washington.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Claim your keys or cash this Saturday. Tooele Casino is now Mr. Quad Casino Hotel. This Saturday, you could win this 2023 Chevrolet Trailblazer or $25,000 cash. All this week, play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to earn entries to win. The more you play, the more chances you have to win. Prize drawings begin this Saturday starting at 5 p.m. with cash winners drawn every 30 minutes with a grand prize drawing at 9 p.m.
Make your outdoor grilling experience one to remember at your locally owned Ace Hardware, where you'll find top brands like Traeger and Weber. Our friendly neighborhood experts will help you find everything you need, including the right fuel to light your fire. We've got a large selection of accessories like covers and utensils, rubs and sauces, and everything you need to enjoy your outdoor space. So come see us at Ace. With service so good, it's guaranteed.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
They say there's nothing quite like the open road. I say there's nothing quite like the open road when you're driving a new Toyota from Findlay. And right now is the perfect time to trade up to a new RAV4, Toyota Camry, Corolla, or maybe a Tacoma or Tundra truck. Plus, Findlay Downtown Toyota has the financing you need to get you behind the wheel today, so you can start your driving adventures tomorrow.
Findlay Toyota's downtown.
It's the Walker's Furniture and Mattress Holiday Sale, where you can save more and get more on the new Serta iComfort Eco and Beautyrest Black Hybrid mattresses. Or get special 5 years no-interest financing with no money down, including big savings on Purple. And get more, like up to $300 in free furniture and a $100 gift card with purchase.
Today through this Monday at Walker's.
Congratulations to Rathdrum, Idaho, Stubmeyer Park, and its Holt Field that's going to be rebuilt with the Diamonds and Dreams. The field needs a lot of work, and we're here to help. Diamonds and Dreams with the 4 News Now Extreme Team, brought to you by your hometown Chevy dealers and Horizon Credit Union.
Of course I know the theme song.
Entertainment tonight. That's what people want.
It's hard to think of entertainment tonight without.
Oh, I know it.
I mean, come on. Since I was a little kid.
This is Entertainment Tonight. This is the Bible of show business.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Coming up on Nightside, the emotional story of a Spokane mother was the catalyst for new legislation to stop the fentanyl epidemic in Washington.
And 2 teenagers arrested for vandalizing a Spokane middle school. The damage done and the estimated cost of repairs. Tonight was a big night for Mark Peterson and the Extreme team. We got to watch that big reveal, and if you missed it, you're going to want to watch it on KXLY.com.
That was pretty fun.
Yeah, he was talking about it kind of leading up to and how excited he was to open that baseball field. So awesome.
And they're already scheduling big events before it was even finished. They were scheduling it. That's pretty cool.
How about that?